My computer sucks. I need to defrag something. Anyway, now that we're back, let's see. Fire and Flava versus Havoc and Rosemary. Something about how characters are hard to get over, or what have you, and it's hard to go back and forth. And I just think to myself about Rosemary, how she never breaks character. And she's super fucking over. I would think that if you're going to embrace a character, you would embrace it 24/7, at least publicly. Like, if you interact with some fan in some capacity where they know you're so and so, stay in character. I don't know. MJF's a nice dude outside of his character. I feel like he's not. But I also think it works because no one will ever doubt that he's a piece of shit, because he is. Because that's all we ever see. Now, maybe he's, like, saving puppies from thunderstorms and, like, handing out food to, homeless, one-legged, diabetic homeless people.
Yeah.
But we don't know that. Which is good. Because it helps us hate him.
Exactly. It's what you don't know that kills you, man. that ultimately, keeps you on your toes. Specifically in the day and age where it's a 25/8 news cycle, and everybody knows everything, and even if people don't want them to know, it's like, well, you kind of put this up on your IG, so like, okay, so it's a whole to do. But like you said, it's that era of mystery, because like she's Rosemary so much, like I stopped wondering about the chick behind her. Like, I would love to date that demon, because it's well, for some people, they want that line of separation, but I think it sometimes costs them, specifically if you lacking in one area. Like, people can split it if it's like, when I turn it on, I must see. But if you kind of only got it in one area, but you want that level of separation, it also don't help when you don't give people their credit on social media. So.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So, with that said, I'm going to pick Fire and Flavor to retain.
Yeah, I think they squeak out of this. It's interesting. Like I said, one of my favorite pairs that they did was Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie. What is her new name? Monet?
Frankie Monet.
Frankie Monet. Sounds like a pop star or something like that. She's still missed to me with the demon, but yeah, I mean, and we've never been big, huge fans of Havoc, and but they paired her with Nevaeh, but that's over now. So putting her together with Rosemary, although it was awkward at first, I mean, it does make sense with their history with everything in the company. So they've been quite the formidable force, and obviously they're gonna give Hogan and Steels a hell of a run. But those two little fiery chihuahuas and got out of how the scenario. So I think it's gonna be an interesting match for sure.
What you gonna do, brother, when those two delicious cupcakes run wild on you, sister? Brother.
You can't get away without saying it.
You got to. Brother. Yes, Hulk. Yes, I'm Horace Hogan, your brother's son. You did it, Hulk. You figured me out.
Favorite thing Shawn Michaels has ever done in his career was that damn Hogan impression.
Brother. All right, World Tag Team titles. Violent by Design, Swan and Mac, TJP and Falaba, the Good Brothers. I am going with the retention of Violent by Design.
Yeah, I'm of two minds here, because my heart wants Swan and Mac, but my minds are going with Violent by Design because the other two teams I care less about. No shot, Bob, but unfortunately guilt by association. I think ultimately, I'm a pull for retention, because they got the numbers.
You know what I was going to say if you picked Swan and Mac, right? Racist.
Oh, I thought you was a brother.
Brother, I'm no racist, brother. I'm no racist, brother. I'm prejudiced. There's a difference. Oh yeah, there's
See
a
how he
difference,
came
all
out
right.
saying that he wouldn't have called as much flag.
Speaking of reasons to be concerned, Hulk Hogan's favorite knockout might be coming back to the show.
Oh dear God.
Row, brother. Row, Raggy. So Tippa is taking on Deanna Prato, and Gail Kim's like, hey, this chick gonna go ham hock on you, buck wild, go 6 inches in a 5-inch vagina.
Oh man.
Yup. Yup. Fun factoid. Vaginas are only like 5.5 inches long. Fun fact. Yeah, it's a canal, man. It doesn't go forever. The more you know. I think that's true. I read it once. we're gonna look this up. Anyway, Marcus, the rumor has it. Now I'm thinking of that awful Adele song, which, to be fair, might be confusing because they're all pretty damn awful. Is that Tessa Blanchard might be returning to Impact at this event. If that does happen, on a scale from 10 to 10, how angry would you be out of 10?
I think I might be mildly past it now. And if something does stir up, it might be at a 5. Like I said, we kind of talked about this a while back. Like, it would have been, I said it would have been great to, have her run into somebody like Tessa, because she basically ran through the division a lot like basically Tessa did, and I think that's a really great clash of styles and personality type. That being said, it will be very awkward because this is the very regime she basically screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's not like she's coming back in. Because if Kenny Omega was facing Tippa, and she was now me and Chad flipping all manner of tables at all the picnics. So look, we've seen stranger things happen. How many times have we see like, oh look, who didn't think Vince would allow him to come back, and not only come back, but get honors and get a ring and get a whole ceremony and this, that, and the third to get a run. So
takes a run at the daughter. Like, yeah, Vince can be very gracious sometimes.
He was a brother. Shut up, Hulk.
You think he's talking about me though, buddy? So, dig it. I said dig it just in case anyone wanted to think I said something else.
Yeah.
By the by, to answer my question about the vaginal canal, it is 3 to 6 inches depending on age, and it can obviously like get more because of pregnancy and childbirth. But like typically speaking, I'm right. So like, haha, I know things about biology, bitch. Secondly, I heard if Tessa Blanchard does come back, she's going to be coming back with a new gimmick. Something with like an all-white sheet, pointy hat.
Oh. All I can think about. First off,
Dave Chappelle in a Klan's outfit. That's all I'm thinking about.
About the canal thing, it immediately threw me to like black makes so much sense, more sense now. But and then when you said that, it immediately threw me to the scene from Django. I think, you think, we all think the hoods were a good idea.
I've never actually watched Django because I'm not a Jamie Foxx fan. Damn sure I'm not a Quentin Tarantino fan.
But the fact like that's about because but the freaking about the wife making the hoodies, but they fucked up on the whole part for the eyes. So everybody was like, "Do we got to ride and do a raid with these damn hoods on? It ain't a raid if the damn hoods ain't on, but I can't see shit." So in my mind, she's the wife that fucked up on the hoodies, and then she comes in, she's gonna come in with one of the white hoods, but the eyes aren't gonna be symmetrical like some of these women's nipples when they go get these surgeries.
You've seen the Dave Chappelle sketch though, right?
Yeah, man.
It was on something a couple of days ago. It was on something on YouTube that I was watching. I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this. This is great.
Because it's one of those things. Like, I didn't even really really into the Chappelle show like that, but they were like next day school conversations amongst groups of people.
Yes, they were. Holy hell.
Like it was that type of deal, man, to let people know who may not be familiar, like where that show's popularity reached. Like it was insane. But yeah, if she does come in under a different gimmick, it might be awkward because I don't know if you lean. I mean, she was already a mean girl when she came in, and she
Mm-hmm.
was throwing. She very much was giving off so many heavy China vibes, and then she evolved it a little bit. But then I don't know if you lean into that because I feel like she like Charlotte. You don't make that girl a face.
So, we're being jackasses tonight, so I'm not gonna apologize about it because I think it's fucking hilarious. But you bring up a damn good point that I want to actually like dive into sincerely, despite the fact that her coming in a Klan's outfit would just make me laugh because obviously, there's a part of me that thinks because I don't know if they're gonna have fans at this show,
Yeah.
but part of me thinks they taped this at their last set of tapings.
Mm.
So the next set of tapings would be where the fans come in. That's why they didn't announce fans for Slammiversary. So like that's my thought process.
Gotcha.
So the reason why I say that is if you bring in Tessa, and we see it a lot, and they did it with Christian Cage, although that one was a bit longer. You bring somebody in that's new as a face naturally because there's going to be a fan base.
Yeah.
They're going to cheer for them. They're going to get excited. And after a few months, that's when you turn them heel. And I think that might, if it is Tessa, if that rumor's true, maybe that's what they end up doing. Mostly because there might be some people who would get very excited about it. But on the flip side, Tessa might be the one person in the world that you could actually get over as a heel from Jump Street, especially in this company. So I don't know what you do with that. Specifically what you do with Deonna Purrazzo, because she's a heel and she isn't exactly the most likable person either in real life because she's kind of a bitch. The whole New Year's Eve thing didn't really help her out too much, and I'm not saying that there's a lot of negativity around her and a lot of people who have issues, but she's stepped on it a few times. And it's not like Naomi, who's just like, I want to wear weird green neon fucking costumes, and everyone's making me feel bad about my husband's alcoholism. Like, I don't think that Deonna Purrazzo has been completely 100% clean and clear. It's kind of like Evilise. Like, if everyone has a problem with you, it's probably your fault. One person calls you an asshole, that person's an asshole. If 2 people call you an asshole, those people are assholes. If 3 people call you an asshole, you're probably the asshole then. And I feel like that might be a situation to kind of worry about. Unlikable wrestlers for realsies is not a good thing. I don't know if it's going to be Tessa. I hope it's not. There's a part of me that hopes it's Ruby Riott, but apparently she's not going to be joining Impact, at least in the interim. So I don't know.
I mean, they teased already. Do you think it's James?
God, I hope not. And I don't mean to sound negative, but let's be honest. Sorry, I forgot who I'm talking about. Let's be honest. Mickie James' best run was when she was a crazy psychosexual fiend. And it's not because we're all like, oh, yeah, gotta love the short, skimpy skirt. It was because she had a personality. And ever since that ended, it's just like, I'm Mickie James now. And I'm like, oh, well, you're just a babyface Mickie James. And cool. That's fun. You can't get any more boring. And then she's like, I'm also a country singer. And I went, well, I stand corrected. You can get more boring. So Mickie hasn't really been relevant as a character in a decade plus, 15 years, give or take. She was a solid hand. Can't deny that, but let's be honest. No one's really talking about anything she's done since 2007. Well, that's not true. We still talk about the whole Piggy James thing, but that's more of an indictment against the idea of her doing good television work than it is anything else. Like, her run in Impact was fine, but could you say that anything in Impact was memorable or exciting or definitive?
No, not really, not at all. The first thing that's coming to my head is our favorite line from one of our favorite lines from Punisher. She took the train, and that train wreck in every sense of the word. So
The last time she had something good to do was that train incident. So I hope not. I know a lot of people like her still, but I feel like Mickey has kind of fallen into a legendary status of wanna-like-itis. There's a lot of people who want to like her, but she hasn't been the same wrestler she was in 2006. Yeah. And I don't feel like she has the personality or the charisma to really be relevant. Now, I like her in her current role with the NWA. She has a legendary status. She's definitely had some matches that have made her, I think, respectable in a position of that sort.
Yeah.
It makes a hell of a lot more sense for Mickey to be running a women's division than Maria. I mean, it's kind of like asking, you got Jimmy Bill Bob Bo Bob and LeBron James being opposite coaches. Jimmy Bill Bob Bo Bob, well, he does like his ham and his mud wrestling, but he doesn't really ever played anything with the round ball before. Then you got LeBron James, he's LeBron James. If you're judging on who's going to have a better coach or better coaching situation, it's going to be LeBron. I feel like that's the same kind of analogy with Maria and Mickey. Mickey is a hell of a hand. At least she was in her prime. I think she has a good sensibility. Now, granted, I don't know how much of these two individuals are actually doing the work, or so much as they are the figureheads of the division. But if they're actually doing the work, apparently Jimmy Wang Yang has seemingly indicated that Mickey James is in fact running the new NWA's women's division for the Empowered event. Then I think she's going to have a much better successful at it because she has a good eye for talent. Well, I think Maria will just hire her friends.
Yeah, and being in the company that put together so many crap matches over the years, she knows what a good one is. And the amount of time it needs, specifically with the talent that's in it. So, like you said, that far more works better. And I think that probably is the better position for her, specifically if she can't necessarily get to that level she was at, because that last match she had WWE for the title against who that was, Asuka, it was trash.
Her whole run in that company was trash.
Yeah, but it was really bad, and I know that it had a wonky ending, but the match was the fact that it ended was the best part. So, yeah, but like I said, I can't see Kong, I can't see Sienna, because the way the inference in which Gail King put it on, she was like, it's not just gonna change, the world of Impact is gonna change yours as well. So it's like you don't say something like that and then bring in, Billy Kay or Peyton Royce. You dig what I'm saying? So
I really thought you were about to go with Billy Bo Bob Bill Bob. I was like, yes, Marcus, do it. Right into it.
We did, and she confirmed it's not gonna be her. So
I would love Kong. That would be great. I feel like even though Kong is in what is she, 44 now maybe, and she was already 10 years in by the time Impact rolled around in 07. So, like, she's definitely not in the best physical shape in terms of, like health. I'm sure her knees are shot to shit. Yeah. I'm sure she's not as athletic as she once was. But I feel like even if she had to do, like, an Abyss Bound for Glory Grado match where she just stood in one spot, I feel like that'd be fine. But as far as, like, changing the world and whatnot, I don't know. Could be so many names. Maybe, oh man, if they do this, I'm gonna be so mad. If it's Su Yung,
I mean, I expect her to come back, but not there.
Right?
She's on the card, isn't she? Is she on the card? She's not. No, that's some. I'm expecting her back anytime now, but not in this scenario. And the reason, and we already saw that, and that was out of necessity. So, looking at you, Smiley Cow. But, and obviously it won't be her. Because I think even from all the way in Baton Rouge, I think you try to hear me go, get the F out of here. Are you serious?
It'll be a little bit more silent, and there won't be the. Actually, no. You know what? It would be get the F out. You wouldn't swear. You wouldn't say get the fuck out. You'd be like, it'd just be quiet. Be like, get the F out. What, Marcus?
Or I'll just like, damn, I can't say that. Damn it, Yost!
I do not dance unless I hear music, and I will not be intimidated. That's just how I am, Yost.
Yeah. Okay, it won't be Madison Rain. She's on a different path. Won't be nobody like Christy Hemme still has to raise an entire baseball team. God bless her. Oh,
At
and to real,
once. At once. What did she have? 6 kids? 7 kids? 5 kids?
uh,
Oh, that poor woman's vagina. You
uh,
know what's
yeah,
really
that,
bad? I've heard stories, Marcus, like on TLC when they were actually TLC and not, hey, you want to see some weird shit? This woman thought she was having twins. So she pops one out, she pops the second one out, and the doctor goes, oh, got another one. So they had triplets, and you're like, oh, cool, triplets. And the doctor's like, no, hang on, there's one more. So they had quadruplets when they thought they were having twins, and they're like, how did this happen? And the doctor's like, oh. I hope that wasn't Christy Hemme on the day of. Oh, I popped out one. Yeah, you got like 5 more to go, hon.
you just know because it's like it'll happen like it does on TV. They're like, oh my God, oh babe, you're so beautiful. You're so oh thank you. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. Oh my God, it's like she just starts screaming out of nowhere because it just keeps coming.
Then the obligatory, you did this to me.
It's like one of those clown napkins that they pull out of their hands.
I'm sorry, Miss Hemme. I'm gonna have to call in the on-call OBGYN. Dr. Bozo comes in. Honk honk.
Right. Like, damn, did the great Khali get a hold of your sonogram machine? Jesus. Like,
He just chops it in half for no reason. Damn it, Dr. Kali. We needed that.
what?
Oh, that's so... What have I done to you? So, fun fact about this show. Marcus uses the internet to record, and I just scream at him from Ohio. It tracks really well.
Yeah, so Tibba will be a surprise, as much as a surprise to us, it will be to everybody else if something doesn't, get spoiled or anything. So we'll see.
There's like no real big names though that it could be who could be like world changing. So like I don't know, like this is gonna be interesting. Like maybe you're right. Maybe Chelsea Green and her were real close friends, and maybe it's gonna be Chelsea Green. Maybe she's doing both Ring of Honor and Impact because Madison Rayne did that. And if that's the case, I'm gonna cry because I don't want to see sloppy Green in there trying to wrestle. I don't even want to see her boyfriend in there.
Because I'd hate for them to put Gail Kim in a situation like y'all really had Gail Kim come out there and say it was gonna change Impact and Deonna Purrazzo's world, and we feel like Loveless from Wild Wild West, like all that and you missed.
Yeah, the only person I can think of that would be like someone like Lita or Trish Stratus, like in terms of like how they kind of put over like how it's going to change the world of the Knockouts division or whatever it was. Like maybe it could be Kelly Klein, but like again, like we oversold this, right? Like I feel like they oversold this.
Yeah, because if it's Sienna, it's like what?
I don't think it's gonna be Sienna. She seems done with Impact, so like, yeah, that's cool. Melina maybe Sexy Star, that'd be hilarious. Speaking of hilarious, Sabin and Moose. Moose signed a new 2-year contract. Sabin is Sabin. I have no idea why they're feuding. I don't mind that they're feuding because like Sabin can still go and Moose is awesome. They're both awesome. Like I like both guys. But I don't get it. Like,
yeah, because you said it wasn't Moose that took out Storm, right?
I don't think so. I thought it was Morrissey. Maybe it was Moose. I don't remember.
Because it's funny. That kind of tells you how, and they haven't done this in a long time where it just felt like something was just really, really thrown together. But the fact that we keep, having to think back and getting confused, like either somebody took out Storm and it was either Moose or Morrissey, but it's like, but Moose has just he's been on Swan's ass, and then obviously he lost it. Now he's been, going at Kenny. So what a freak did Sabin come in at? Because I feel like the only way it would have came in, like he either used him as an example one week, and then Sabin came back to throw the hands, or he got somebody close to save him, which it had to be Storm because Shelly's been out. So like either way, it should be a good match. But Moose has the momentum on his
Did
side.
you just say Shiva was out?
Shelly.
Ah! I'm just thinking of the Indian god of destruction, Shiva. I'm like, damn, they're putting Moose over. Taking out gods now. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go shocking here. I'm gonna go with Saban. Mostly because we keep picking the same people.
Yes.
One of us has to be wrong. So I'm guessing you're picking Moose.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you picking Perazzo or Tiba?
Man, I'm gonna go. Screw it. I'm gonna go with Tipple.
I'm going with Tiba with a caveat. It's Tiba by DQ.
Ah.
Because I just don't see them taking the belt off of Deanna Perazzo. And if it's Chelsea Green, they better not fucking put the belt on her. Fuck, that would just... Ugh. I'd rather Ace Austin try to be a player again than have Chelsea Green win a title. Remember when he was banging porn stars and how bad that was?
Mr. Steal Your Mom. The best part about that was freaking Don Callis' commentary on it.
Yup. That was fantastic. Josh Alexander, Petey Williams, Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Rohit Raju, X Division Ultimate X match. I'm going with Josh Alexander most because they want to do a long run with him, and this seems like the perfect way to keep going with that long run. Josh Alexander's going to be a future world champion as soon as he gets tired of defending that belt. Marks, who you picking?
Hart wants to go with my heart wanted to have it be a U2 remix and make it a beautiful day. But all the money's at Alexander, man. It's rather they find a X Division champion with his build and just his skill set overall to do what he's been doing. And like you said, he has been the top champion, because he can't really acknowledge, the world title that is on Omega until it comes back to one of the core guys on the roster. So I got to go with Alexander. Although I'm very much looking forward to this match because of the players that's in it. And I will hope that they get to send Fulton home early or get put in the back, or him and Shira just battle to the back and let these guys just go. Because these guys are really great at making these matches work when they really can just be clusterfucks with a bunch of moves. So I think, these talent thrive at that. So.
I'm on the different train of thought. I say put Shira and Fulton in the match and just let's go fucking buck wild. Let's just go crazy.
Oh man.
You know what the best part about U2 is? Nothing.
What? He's like, I'll just let the silence defeat.
The silence was the accoutrement. No DQ match, world title. Sami Callihan versus Kenny Omega. I can tell you one thing: Sami Callihan's not a U2 fan. He might be an Elton John fan though. Everyone loves Tiny Dancer. Don't ask me to sing it.
Man.
Or Benny and the Jets. I'll sing Benny and the Jets, though. Benny and the Jets. Boom, boom. So, the question is this finally the end of the Omega reign? Is this the end of the Omega era? Is this when King Kenny Omega finally falls? I'm saying yes.
Again, man, we agree on most of this stuff, and a lot of it has to do with just how long we've been watching it and where the storylines are and where they should go. If you have him finally give the damn title back and drop it, you have it drop it on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna do it on a random Impact or AEW in a empty arena or whatever. You have him drop it at one of your biggest shows of the year, and right now to us, it's only two guys that can do it, and that's Callahan or Moose. And with Moose re-signed, I would imagine that he's going to be on a head course collision with Callahan because they both know that's unfinished business. So I think Omega's had a hell of a run. He's done his job. The stuff with Callis has been all fine, good, and dandy. But I think, you go with, one of Callahan's just an all-purpose player.
Mm-hmm.
and you can always go back to him. He can always, fall down the card or go up the card. So I think you put it back on him, have him go through all manner of hell to get it. He finally gets it. He parades the fact that he's the one that brought it home, and then the storyline after that writes itself. Where you go after that. So.
Yeah. So the only people we're picking differently are Moose and Saban, just for sake of variety. So someone has to win this prediction. We'll see who it is. All right, that's the end of Making an Impact. If you're listening to the stream, we had to restart, so we're back. But if you're listening again, realnerdcorp.com. We're not going anywhere. We got Lucha Look back next. If you're listening on the YouTube, this is part 2 of the Slammiversary review, which we didn't mean to make it to 2 parts, but oh well. RealNerdCorp.com, RealNerdCorp.com. On Twitter at NERDCORP. Marcus can be found on Twitter at ParadoxKid, PARADOXKID.
The kid.
You can also find him on his other podcast at Twitter on the True Penny Podcast, TruePennyShow. You can find me on Twitter at ChadNerdCorp, ChadNerdCorp, and on Instagram at ChadSpottoHut. RealNerdCorp.com. It says right there on the screen, RealNerdCorp.com above the photo. Go check us out. We have a rebooking. Go check that out. We did do a Nerdcore podcast, me and Matt, Sunday night, but because of technical difficulties, we didn't export it because it's in 3 parts. And frankly, I'm fucking mad about that show. It just internet was a bitch to deal with. So with that said, we're done. We're out of here. We're saying goodnight. Hasta lasagna. Don't get any on ya. Marcus, take us home.
Good night, mate.
All right. That takes us to 31:40.